OK, let's get into the title race then. 22 years of hurt gone in one May afternoon. Arsenal are the champions, but now comes the hard bit, backing it up. So let's start. I suppose where the producer wants us to start, which is with the champions. At the time of recording, do you both still make Arsenal the bang-on favourites to retain their crown?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. You mentioned it in the intro. So many changes of manager elsewhere. Obviously, Arsenal have got the constant that is Mikel Arteta. They've got the confidence of winning the Premier League, getting to a Champions League final last season. They're going to invest. They have invested already. I think they might win the league by a bigger margin.
Troy?
Yeah, that's fair. I actually think it's just the only team that we don't actually have to worry about, right? We know what they're going to do, what they are. We look at everybody else, even the Man Uniteds of this world. While they've done well, we're still saying, oh, right, what will they be like with 3 games a week? What will Carrick be like with Europe and having that squad to rotate? So, yeah, I think it's just nailed on. Although a lot of Arsenal fans are a little bit worried about Saliba not being involved with the injury. And then it seems to be like, since they didn't get the Vinny Jr. parade that they all wanted, that's the best transfer that never happened, by the way. Nearly as good as Kobe Mainoo playing for England. Never happened as well. But in that situation, it just feels like they're still complaining about that left-hand side. So I wonder if there's going to be more business there to be done and they'll strengthen. But it's ultimately for them now, it's the Champions League, isn't it?
Well, look at what they actually built over the course of a season. 85 points, 7 clear, 27 goals conceded, not one penalty given away over the course of the campaign. I mean, no red card as well, which is remarkable, really. The first team in Premier League history to do both. They're a disciplined outfit, whereas before that was a massive problem.
In your app, does it calculate whether that's going to happen again next year?
I don't know. It doesn't. No, I haven't built that algorithm in yet, but maybe I'll speak to Tony Bloom and we can sort of integrate our own super AI minds.
It's going to be difficult, isn't it, to go a whole season with no red cards, that limited amount of goals being allowed in, and also giving away no penalties.
It's a lot harder when you haven't got Saliba. It's a lot harder when you haven't got Saliba, and we think that he's going to be out for longer than maybe anticipated.
Yeah, I think that's why they're looking at Ezri Konsa, Joao Quansah as well. We found out about that on Friday morning. Don't we think, anyway, though, that we're going to see a slightly more expansive Arsenal? Well, now they've won the league in quite an attritional way. I just think Mikel Arteta...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the countdowns, all the throw-in rules that have changed, all the corner kick rules that have changed, all that kind of stuff.
And I just think knowing Mikel Arteta and the intense personality that he is, he'll be aware of the criticism that came with Arsenal's title victory. He won't care, but I think part of him will want to prove he can go out and win it in a slightly different manner. Yeah,
but I just think when you've won it that way and you're the clear favourites and you're ahead of everybody else, why mess with it? Why do you need to change it?
I get that as well.
Do you have to change it in a slight way? Because 35.2% of their goals came from set pieces. If you're now applying this new set of laws where you've got a situation where you've got to do less pushing and pulling, less manoeuvring from position at set pieces and corners, is that going to change your approach? You have to have a different route to goal. Because actually in the second half of the season, they weren't as relying on set pieces as they were in the first.
It only took 8 minutes for Sam to tell us the new referee rules, so that was good.
FA Sam is back for another season.
He's back. He can't help himself.
And he's got FA Sam is back, and he's got his own app.
But no, I just think that it's still going to be the same. I just don't see why they would change at all. I think if it's on everybody else, it's incumbent on everybody else to beat them, isn't it? Not the other way around. So why change it? You know, City have got to try and do their thing. Liverpool, Chelsea. The only team they should be really worried about is Chelsea, because Chelsea are the only team that buy set-piece coaches.
Come on. Get in with a set piece.
You're right.
Austin McPhee. I'm going to be his biggest supporter. Can I get his shirt with Austin McPhee on the back? Is that possible?
That is one of the more bizarre transactions this summer. I haven't maybe told you where football's at in 2026. I know you'll have the stats. You'll have the stats.
Transactions. Let me talk about this. Are they going to get a striker, Arsenal? Because they only scored 71 goals last season, and actually that's quite light for champions.
Well, I keep coming back to Julian Alvarez because we know that Andrea Berta has a good relationship with him, and Atletico do seem determined not to sell him to either Barcelona or Real Madrid. So there could be an opportunity at the end of the window. And then there's a bit of talk about Victor Osimhen as well. And they were going to pay Vinicius Junior a club record weekly wage. So they have got the funds to do a deal like that. And I just wonder if they got something up their sleeve. You're right about the left-hand side. And again, we know Liverpool are in for Bradley Barcola. The price seems to be coming down. Does it get to a certain level where Arsenal come in as well?
I think everyone's getting a little bit hyped up. Arteta doesn't like those personalities. So he's not going to get an Osimhen. He's not going to get a Vinny Jr. He got rid of all of those people. You know, your Ozils, your Aubameyangs, your Lacazettes. So why is he now going to add those in?
But aren't they the needle movers in those big Champions League games?
Potentially, but if you've only lost the Champions League on a penalty, why? Do you know what I mean? There's not really much of a needle to move.
That would be the other question I'd throw out to Arsenal fans, by the way. I think last season they sucked up losing the Champions League final because it was all about ending that 22-year wait for a league championship. This season, is the main priority to retain it, or is it to go and win that European Cup, something they've never done before?
They bought well. They spent a lot of money. Bruno Guimaraes is the marquee signing. It's a big fee for a man of 28, nearly 29. Where does he actually fit into a midfield that looks quite congested now?
Well, I wonder where Zubamendi fits in now. That's the tone of the conversation amongst Arsenal fans, because they don't want to cash in on Miles Lewis-Skelly, despite the fact we know he's been offered to Chelsea and Manchester United. Arsenal fans would rather sell Zubamendi. They think he could be the full guy for Bruno Guimaraes.
I think at this moment in time, you could see a little change where Declan Rice plays as a 6, goes back to being the 6 and the holder, just because of the amount of games he's played over the last 3 years. And obviously we all saw at the World Cup, he didn't feel that he was fully fit. So I can see where Guimaraes would come in as the 8 and give them that energy and that emotional component that obviously Arteta likes, and what he did for Newcastle. But I think it's really interesting to get rid of Zubamendi when you bring him in a year ago. And there's a lot of trust gone into Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I think is a very good footballer, but still has deficiencies. He only played, 5 games towards the back end of the season in midfield? That's not enough to go, okay, that's the future. He also does get caught defensively as well, in terms of being exposed for pace. We think about the game against Liverpool, when Frimpong absolutely killed him. He never played for 10 games after that. So there's still a lot of question marks around Lewis-Skelly, and I hope he does well, because he's a nice kid, but there's still a lot of question marks.
Let's just frame what they're trying to do, Arsenal. 33 years of Premier League football. Only 3 men have managed to retain the title. Ferguson, Mourinho, Guardiola. So Arteta, still the second youngest manager ever to win it. He's trying to join the shortest list in English football.